Everybody, what's up? This is Keith Kalfas. How are you doing? Hope you're doing awesome. I'm really excited because we're live here now. And if I'm looking around, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the same time. And we're going to be talking about low cost, no cost ways to market your home services business. You do landscaping, window cleaning, pressure washing, whatever you do. I want to share in this live presentation right now basically some of the things that I learned when I was just getting started and I was flat broke, living in a one bedroom apartment with an eviction notice, and I didn't have any money for marketing and advertising, but I knew that I needed to get my business off the ground. So we're going to cover a lot here, and feel free to hang out and learn some stuff. I really appreciate you engaging in the comments, and I think that I know for a fact you guys have a lot of value to offer as well. And so I became obsessed years ago with low cost, no cost ways to market my small business in order for what? To get the phone to ring, so you can book jobs, so you can get the calendar filled up, so you can turn these customers into clients and turn the clients into raving fans. So by the grace of God, I start to figure it out. And then it's been some time now to the point where I think I figured out how to get my phone to ring too much, to the point where now it's a good problem to have, because now you can skim the cream off the top and cherry pick the jobs that you want. I love being part of this community, first of all, and I really think it's awesome where social media has come to now, where you can plug into YouTube or a Facebook group or anywhere, and you can get valuable information that you need almost immediately from guys who have already been through it and done it. And I really appreciate that as well, because I'm reaching out and I'm getting advice all the time myself. So we're all learning together, and then it's raising our standards as contractors and raising our standards for ourselves, for our lives, and as business people to live a better life. Once again, if you're joining right now, thanks for joining me. If I'm looking around, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the same exact time. So let's get started. And I've got a lot to cover. Over here, I've got some materials, some marketing materials I want to share with you, what I've learned. I want to share resources with you of where I've got these materials. I want your feedback to where you get marketing materials. And then also I've got some books. Some of my favorite books are over here on the side that you can get on Amazon for as cheap as $10. That'll just empower you to become an authority in your marketplace, to see the difference between somebody who just provides a service and then somebody who's a marketer. Just because you're an expert at what you do doesn't necessarily mean that your customers are going to be banging down your door trying to give you money. So when you understand how to create promises in the marketplace, that you're creating a promise to solve a problem for these potential customers, now you're making offers in the marketplace. Well, if you do that in front of an audience, whether it be people physically driving by, people going and seeing a Google ad, people on Facebook, people opening up their phone and looking at their email. If you do that and you do it well and more often, you don't have to be even great at it, but if you do it consistently, then that's what makes you get, number one, more ahead than where you used to be, because you're only in competition with yourself, and then even ahead of the pack. I'm really excited about this. So let's talk about this. Low cost, no cost ways to market your business. So, also intermittently on this live, it's Cyber Monday and I'm excited. So I will be making an offer here and there. I have a bundled Cyber Monday offer. I sent out an email to anybody who's on my email list, and I'm just really excited. I have a program called the Business Marketing Blueprint. I'll talk about that later. And so I plan on sharing everything that I've learned right here, right now, literally sharing everything. So at the end, if you choose to take me up on that offer, that's perfectly fine. And by that time, if you feel that there's enough value in it, you're going to get it all right here anyway. So, and I'm going to be taking these videos down after this. So they're going to disappear. I won't leave these up. And in full disclosure, I'm not a master at anything I'm talking about, and I don't think any of us are. We're still learning, and being a student is the most important thing. I found this book Guerrilla Marketing Tactics, and I bought it for half off on eBay. It has a site called half.com. Easy and inexpensive strategies for making big profits from your small business. And upon reading this book, I hit the ground running and was able to leave my job in only 6 weeks and replace my income from a landscaping job that I hated. And then from there, was able to go on and create a 6-figure business. And I didn't have to spend money on marketing. Well, I did as soon as I could afford it. And I really advise that you should spend money on marketing, and at least to get your feet wet, and then peel off a percentage of your gross annual revenue and always reinvest it into marketing. But if you don't have the money, or you don't want to spend money, you're afraid to spend money on marketing because you're not sure if it will convert, and we'll talk about this here. This is a great book. And I think I got, like I said, I got this for like $8. And so we'll get right into it right now. Low cost, no cost ways to market your business. What's up, Mr. Paldana, Lenny Watt, Richard Clausen, Jasper Borisma, Charlie Bice. What's up, dog? Mike Kren, The Kid Outdoors. We have a few hundred people on right now. This is awesome. So everybody knows you have to get business cards made. And everybody knows about door hangers and flyers. And now you're already spending money on marketing right now, right? And I'm going to show you some of these. But how do you use these all in conjunction with each other to not spread them all over the place far and thin, but to drill deep and put them specifically where you want them, so you can drill deep in a tight geographic area, so you have the most leverage, right? So let's say you go out and you make door hangers, which this is about a 2% return for every 100 you pass out. If it's good timing, you get about 2 jobs. On the low end, you get 0.5 jobs per 100. That means you have to pass out 200 of these to get 1 job. And depending on what you're offering and the average ticket price, we can say safe at, you could get 1 job out of every 100 of these. In my experience, passing out door hangers, but it sucks. You have to physically run around and pass them out if you're going all over the place. But if you're stuck in a specific neighborhood and you walked up to every customer that you saw who was walking out, or let's say you're providing a service for a property and a customer walks out and they might need that service, you walk up and shake their hand and give them a business card. But if you put 5 round door hangers all over the place and plaster an entire neighborhood with this, and you do it every single week, or you do it bi-monthly, or every time you're in that neighborhood, and then what if you get these huge, this is kind of crazy, these chloroplast bandit signs, and you're putting them at the entrances of these subdivisions until the homeowners association calls you up and rips them apart and throws them in the garbage and says, hey, you better stop doing that. And you say, I will never stop, right? How do you make yourself omnipresent in the neighborhoods that you want to work in? It's by doing crazy stuff like this, putting door hangers and flyers and chloroplast signs all over the place. So these are low cost, no cost ways to market your business. I have an uncle who's a small business owner. He taught me something crazy. Every time in my city, I'm going and getting gas with my truck, I look up on the gas pump, and he's found some way to wedge business cards in all of the gas pumps. I'm like, this guy is a maniac, and I love it. So I started doing that. I started taking stacks of business cards everywhere I would go. I don't have it with me, but there's the cell phone pouch holder clip. You can get it at the dollar store, and you can put a cell phone in the pouch, right? We'll stack it with business cards like this high, and then everywhere you go, if you're at Jimmy John's, paste them on the cork board at Jimmy John's, in the AutoZone, in the local restaurants, put them all over the place all the time, nonstop, even if you don't feel like it. So now you've got your business cards all over the place. And this is just grassroots type of marketing that you can learn here. So I want to be giving you my resources. No BS Grassroots Marketing, the ultimate no holds barred, take no prisoners guide to growing sales and profits in your local small business by Dan Kennedy. Another amazing book, right? So the deeper questions, well, I'll tap into right here. This is Dan Kennedy. You can get this on eBay, Kindle, read it on Kindle. Is what do you put on these? And the first stage of marketing is, if we look at the marketing progression pyramid, one second. So I'm going to tie this all together for you tangentially. If we have a pyramid, stage one is you have no idea what you're doing. You don't know what colors and fonts. You have no idea how to do it. So what you start doing is called copycat marketing, which is stage two, where you become aware that you need to do this, but you could literally just be putting out crappy messaging all over the place and wondering why people aren't calling you. And copycat marketing really can work for you in the beginning. If you look at really successful brands that are having conversion, it's working for them, and you start to mimic what they're doing and understand why in books like this, you'll know that you should only use a maximum of 2 fonts. Think about that. If you have more than 2 fonts, you look like an unprofessional. It looks all over the place. It looks like a 3rd grader did it. Okay, well, how many colors should you have? 2 colors. A maximum of 3 colors. So 2 colors, and a 3rd color would maybe be something to exacerbate the offer. If you have more than that, then it just looks silly. It looks unprofessional. There's something that happens in the unconscious mind that makes that happen. Now, what do you put on the offer? Maybe some type of discount. Maybe some type of FOMO, fear of missing out. An offer that expires. Maybe they can get a percentage off and it expires in 30 days. They might want to jump on that, because if people don't have a reason to buy or a compelling reason to take action, and you're not putting that on your marketing materials, or at least making it bold and obvious, right? Which this one I'm not happy with. I'm actually not happy with this. I was in a big hurry. And then when I got this from I thought the number was going to be bigger, right? So the next time I get these made, I want this phone number bigger. Shrink this stuff down a little bit so people driving by really quick on a snapshot can see the number easily. And if they drive past it a few times, they're going to call. But see how there's only 2 colors? See the font? If there's too much going on and it's too busy, people can't articulate what's going on. So there's a trick when you're creating your marketing materials. Stand back and squint your eyes like you're looking at a thumbnail. Stand back when you're creating a piece of marketing, or you can hire somebody. And can you still articulate what's going on in the message? Does it still make perfect sense to you what the offer is? If it does, then you're having a much better chance of success. But if it looks all jumbled and there's too much going on, then it's probably not going to work. Simplicity wins. Okay, price transparency. I learned this from my friend Ryan Kettering over at Prolific Prints. What's up, Ryan? If you're around, he's very, very smart. And we did a live chat once talking about price transparency. I had my website up, and I was afraid to express pricing and packaging directly on the web page. He's like, no, man. Ryan's like, you have to put the prices. Let's say your price is $199. Doesn't matter what it is. Or you can have multiple prices. $499. Package A, package B, $999. Package C. When you put price transparency in your marketing materials on your website all over the place, and you make an offer to give somebody value, this is part of marketing, in exchange for money, and you put the offer and you make it visible, they see what they're going to be getting for their money. Now, you might think intuitively the opposite, the reciprocal, which is, well, if I tell them how much it is, they're just going to leave, because nobody's going to want to spend $999. I want to book a quote with them. I want to walk around with them on their property and share with them what they're going to get. That's also true. The integrated model says all this is right. It's just in different varying degrees based off the perception people are having of you and of the world, okay? But transparency in pricing also qualifies your customers, because let's say you had customers that were only willing to spend $99 on XYZ service, and now your phone is ringing all the time with customers who are only willing to spend $99. Now you're going through this whole process, running them through your sales and marketing system and talking to them. And by the time you get to the price, they're like, oh, that's, I got to go. That's not, I wasn't willing on spending that much. So there's nothing wrong with those people. That's just where their budget is. So when you have price transparency, and I've done some research since talking to Ryan at Prolific Prints, and now I've come up with my own understanding and my own model that I'm sharing right now. Price transparency is very important. So you can use this to your advantage. Like again, if you're just joining, if I'm looking around, I'm on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time. So if you get your marketing together and the perception of your company, the value comes higher. Well, let's just say you're 20% higher than the average ticket price in the market of all your competitors. The opposite could happen. Now your prospective clients can come and look on your website or look at your marketing materials, and if you're more expensive, a percentage of them will leave. But there's a percentage that will stay, and they'll actually pick up the phone and they want to hire you because they think, well, their price is expensive. They must be really good. See, there are certain clientele out there, they don't want the cheapest guy at all. They've already experienced that, and it's a nightmare for them. These people are hardworking, maybe educated people. Maybe they're business owners themselves. Maybe they just are really busy, and they've got, they've got some money in the bank, and they want to spend an extra 30% because they want a professional contractor who is going to do a great job. I know myself, I'm a cheap ass, but there are some instances where I'd rather pay more and just get it done the right way the first time. And so price transparency is huge. Look on Amazon, look on any website you go on, and you see the prices all over the place. And that's qualifying you whether you're aware of it or not. So raising your prices could make you more sales and more money just by raising the prices alone, because you're increasing your perception. Now, if you have higher prices, you better make sure that your website looks great. The font, the colors, the alignment, your branding is matching across your social media. Your logos look the same, everything, the company hours of operation, the information, the bio, pictures about the jobs. And this is a work in progress. It's not something that you do overnight. I'm still a work in progress. I have a lot of work to do. And I'm learning that once you get this more consistent and fluid, and you're garnering 5-star reviews from your customers, you're doing search engine optimization, now people are very smart. When they go online or they look at your marketing materials and they see organization, they see structure, they see that you're communicating professionalism and you're charging for it, you're instantly qualifying yourself as a company who takes themselves seriously. And now you're not getting away with charging higher prices. You're creating more value for the customer. They can feel it and see it before they even hire you, because now you have integrity. There's a saying that I love: when you have integrity, nothing else matters. When you don't have integrity, nothing else matters, right? So when we talk about marketing is you're just showing to somebody in your marketplace, your potential customer, that you can create a specific result for them. And the better that you get at articulating that, more and more often and better than your competition, is the more is that you'll rise up and separate yourself from the pack. Like I said, when I was first getting started in my small business, I was desperate. I was posting these crazy ass ads on Craigslist, telling customers, like potential customers in the ad, that I worked for a landscaping company for 10 years and I was a foreman. Oh, thanks for showing so much love in the comments. And that I was such a good person and that I did very meticulous work and I was a hard worker and please hire me. I am so embarrassed to admit that. And I wonder why my phone wasn't ringing. So you can be a good person and a hard worker or run a great company, but if you communicate structure and professionalism, then that's the difference that makes the difference when it comes to marketing. And then the other side of marketing is sales. So I'm going to erase this real quick. I want to show you another book too that is phenomenal, that coincides with what I'm saying, because I got some books here. And I also think it's important to have a marketing journal where you take notes. So this is a book by an internet marketer called Frank Kern, and it's called Convert. Basically, the takeaway from this book is, why does Rolls-Royce have a car that's, $300,000 for a car, yet it's built on the same exact chassis? I think it's like a BMW or something. It's built on the chassis of a car that sells for 60 grand. Why is it so much more expensive to have a Rolls-Royce? Because it's a Rolls-Royce. Does that make any sense? It makes a lot of sense, because it is a Rolls-Royce. So let that sink in your head for a little bit. If you've ever been angry in your service business and you've been upset, if you've ever punched your steering wheel, if you've ever lost your composure, if you've ever felt like quitting, if you've ever been down, I know I have. In 2017, I hated my small business and I wanted to quit. Behind the scenes, I was secretly trying to find an exit and a way out, because I didn't believe that I could make any more money. See, sometimes you look around and you see other people that are doing what you're doing. They're not making any more money. Only a small percentage are. And they don't even have enough money to expand, because you can't get your man-hour rate high enough, because you don't know how to separate yourself from anybody else. It's hard. It's really hard to run a service business. But the self-limiting belief is even harder. That's the number one thing that is stopping us. So check this out. How can I do this? I lost my marker, guys. All right. Oh, do you guys in the comments have any low cost, no cost ways to market the business? I want to see it in the comments. Because you can easily go on Squarespace, WordPress. You can create a website on GoDaddy. I use an app called Kajabi. Having a very awesome and compelling website and being all across social media is very important. Nextdoor app. Everybody listening, somebody I just said here, fresh cut lawn maintenance, nextdoor.com is amazing. You guys got to watch out, because I got kicked off of it. I violated their policy, and now I'm getting back on. And I got a lot of work from Nextdoor. Get on the nextdoor.com app and start integrating yourself into your local community and being nice. But whatever you do, when anybody says, I need a window cleaner, a landscaper, whatever you do, don't be like, me, it's me. And just start posting your shit all over the place, because you will get kicked off nextdoor.com. So you have to genuinely be part of the community. And I think that we just did a job off nextdoor.com, the app, just a couple days ago here. Always ask your customers how they found out about you, and they'll tell you. And you need to document that inside of your CRM. I use a CRM, a customer relationship management software. I'll tie all this in for you. It's called Jobber. You can learn more about Jobber. I'm actually affiliated with Jobber, so full transparency. KeithKalfas.com/Jobber. You can get a free trial. And so we can start documenting and figure out where all the customers are finding out about you. This is more low cost, no cost ways to market your business without spending any money. So here we go. So once you start doing all these things, you're putting out door hangers and flyers, you're putting business cards all over the place, you're posting cheap $5 ads on Craigslist, which I think is awesome. You're doing this, you're doing all the obvious stuff, you're putting this at the intersections, you're putting it in subdivisions, you're doing it until you get in trouble, to get your phone ringing like crazy. You're a madman running around selling your business until you're exhausted, getting your phone ringing off the hook. But you start getting customers. you actually start getting customers. And you've heard about the funnel. You get a funnel. So you've got, some of you have seen me draw this before, and I've modified it now. Oh my God, you've got the door hangers and flyers, and you've got the chloroplast signs, and you've got the ads going on. Now you're learning how to do some Google ads, you're spending a couple $100 a month. You're on nextdoor.com, you get on Angie's List. But low cost, no cost. Well, let's get into search engine optimization, okay? SEO and Google search engine ranking page. First page of Google, you get the numbers that call your phone and they want to charge you. You can do all this yourself in-house, or you can hire a company to do it, but you don't always know if they know what they're doing. Nice. Okay. So start a website, start a blog, and then I want you to go to the top 50 authority domain sites. Save that, write that down. Top 50 domain authority sites. What is an authority domain? Well, according to Google, there's literally billions of web pages all over the place. So which ones have the most authority in the world? Facebook. Go create a profile, a business page on Facebook. I know that you have that. Post to it often and create a content marketing strategy where you post to it often. Could be once a week, could be 3 times a week, could be 3 times a day. Create an Instagram profile for your business. Create a Tumblr profile for your business. Create a Twitter, create a Pinterest. Go on Yext, Yahoo, Yelp, Bing. There's like 50 of them. I think I know for a fact I'm on every single one you could be on. So you literally sit down this winter for like 6 hours straight and create a profile with company business hours of operation, put your logo and pictures and create a profile for every single one of these authority domains. Authority domain. So when you do that and they're linking back to your website and your social media and all linking back to each other, what that's doing is Google will start to index your business and company information based off the keywords and based off of your URL and based off of your company profile and your information. From the time you start to do this, it takes about 12 months for Google to index your company. So you say, I'm doing all this work and all this marketing, but I'm not on the first page of Google yet because it takes time, right? This is what we call aged domains. So if you're aged and you've been doing it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, if your URL for your website has been around for, if somebody has a website that's been around for 12 years and they're not even doing anything spectacular, but your website's only been around for 2 years, they might dominate and crush you in the search engines and they're always ranking higher than you. And you don't understand why this stupid company in your city who sucks is always beating you on Google. Well, one of the most powerful factors is age. They've been around longer, so they have more weight in the game. Google is 100% obsessed with customer experience. So when people go on, they want to give the most relevant information, and they're the best in the world at doing that with their algorithm. So there's no way to trick the system except for putting out cold, hard, accurate, grassroots, organic data into Google. A well-written website with tons of relevant copy. Now, I'm not going to get into keyword density and get into backlinks and the deeper levels of SEO. If you want to learn this, it's really important if you want to take the marketing in-house, or at least understand if you hire a company to do your marketing, at least you'll understand what they're doing right and wrong. My friend Eric Reno, the roofer, you hear me talking about him? He became obsessed with SEO and he read this book. I was like, Eric, you got to read this book called SEO Black Book by R.L. Adams. And SEO for bloggers, SEO 2017, there's all these different books. R.L. Adams writes these books. You can listen to them while you work. And now Eric's on the phone because he runs a roofing company. He doesn't have time to do all the marketing, but he's on the phone with the marketing agencies that he hires. And he's literally, I do all my marketing in-house, so I'm just using this as an example. And he's literally telling them what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong and holding them accountable. So, because he knows now. So things like this will put you in the know. So when you do hire people, you know that they're doing it right because they can use black hat SEO is where they're basically lying to you and doing things to pump up your stats artificially and temporarily. But then what happens is Google will demote you in the search engines and penalize you after the update of the hummingbird algorithm and all this stuff. Google will penalize you. So you have to be very, very careful with this stuff and make sure it's all 100% organic. So you've got a website with all accurate information, and you want to link back to these domain authority sites. You see at the bottom of the website where it says my Facebook, my Instagram, and this, the little icons. All that is backlinks, right? Not a lot of people go to it, but when you're creating this interconnecting spider web, I call it, that's connecting everything in the world back to your website, no matter where any of your customers are, anywhere coming from any of these lead sources, they can all come back to your website. So all roads point to you. All roads point to you. Now, out of all these lead sources that you have going on coming into your funnel, see? Based off the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule says 80% of your results comes from 20% of your efforts. Well, same with your leads. Usually, only 20% of these leads are worth a crap. All the rest of them are hanging out doing nothing. So if you're giving your energy to lead sources like door hangers, if these don't work for you, I don't pass out door hangers anymore. These are just sitting around cool looking. These are a waste of energy for me now. Now when I want to do a postcard blast in the early spring, I just get on Send Jim, Joshua Latimer's company, and I'll just blast my favorite neighborhood and get a bunch of work in that neighborhood. But on a cost-benefit analysis, to pass these out with yourself or with somebody else or to pay them, that's time that you could be spending on an actual job making money. So it's better to outsource it. Even if you broke even on the customer acquisition cost, I'm sorry, the cost of these, not the customer acquisition. Even if you broke even, I mean, at least you're not out passing them out, right? You're getting your foot in the door with the client, which you can upsell to bigger and bigger and bigger jobs. So I don't pass these out anymore, but they're a great start. We just automate that now. But anyways, so with the 80-20 rule, you want to focus by collecting all the data. How are you going to collect the data? We use a program on my website called Responsibid. Anybody here, any Responsibid users? Kurt Kempton is the founder of Responsibid. Really, really powerful in the carpet cleaning and window cleaning community. I use it on my website, and it's like a couple $100 a month. I think he's got some lower level packages too. This is incredible. Somebody can go on your website and then they can get a quote. They can go through, like we do window cleaning. They can count up the windows and get a very accurate quote and literally sell and close themselves automatically. You could do this for lawn care too, directly on your website. Pretty awesome, right? So the reason I said that is because Responsibid, Jobber, a lot of these CRMs now, or these sales funnel softwares, they collect the data of where all of these customers are coming from through all these lead sources. So if you track this information for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, the more time you're collecting the data, the more data tells a story. You can say, oh my God, I didn't even know this whole time 90% of all of our new leads are coming from Google My Business, Google Maps. 90% of all of my new leads in my business are coming from Google. So I'm focusing on the positive 5-star review. How do you do that? I'll write his name now. I'm going to be doing a cast with Bobby Walker soon inside of my business marketing blueprint program. And this is my offer. Feel free to check it out. And I am pitching here. I'm pitching to you right now. I have a program called the Business Marketing Blueprint. It's keithkalfas.com/BMB. And this training is already completely done, and we're adding more to it right now. There's people signing up and getting inside of this course right now. I'm going to keep going for a couple hours here. I'm excited. I'm fired up. But I just talked to Bobby Walker, and he went from 0 to 300,000 in, I think, 2 years. And he has, last I checked, he might have passed it now, like 400 positive 5-star reviews with his soft washing company in Florida. I was like, what? How are you doing this, Bobby? How are you doing this? Bobby's using a sales system that I don't know if he invented it, but it's incredible. From the minute he talks to the customer and he picks up the phone, he's already pre-selling the customer, but pre-inviting them to create a positive 5-star review. He's saying, yes, Mrs. Jones, our entire reason is to serve you at the highest level and earn your positive 5-star review. And then while he's talking to the customer, while doing the job, he's talking about the 5-star review. And he says that by the time he's done doing the job, every single customer, like clockwork, is leaving him a positive 5-star review. And he's going to talk about this whole system and exactly how he does it next week inside of my business marketing blueprint course. And we're going to go through it step by step. And I'll tell you right now, he also integrates and uses software called Nice Job. We use Nice Job too. Nicejob.com is an awesome software. I'll put links below this and on my YouTube channel at Keith Kalfas. And it's a software system that automates the 5-star review process for you, which is really, really exciting. So check that out. If you want to learn, I'll write it down for you. It's keithkalfas.com/BMB. And if you get it before midnight tonight, because tonight is Cyber Monday, I'll be giving away my window cleaning blueprint online course with over 20 hours of information all about how to start and market and grow a window cleaning business. My landscaping business success course with 20 hours of information, property walks, pricing, everything. You get all that. Plus, I'm giving away, it's on my website, it's $297 for my Marketing ROI online course, which is the private recordings for my live workshop and tons of marketing training. You're going to get all 4 of those courses for the price of one. So when you get the business marketing blueprint course for $97 tonight before midnight, you get all those other courses for free. People are signing up right now and they're diving in and they're saying that they're absolutely loving it. So, all right, so the 80-20 rule. You have all this coming in. Does this make sense? Are you with me? Let me know in the comments that you're with me. Say what's up. What's up, Caesar Pignon, Brandon Cody, Daniel Stewart, Mike Odell, Mr. Property Service, The Real King Brando, Hensel's Lawn Care, Bates & Sons. Oh, you bought it for $1 yesterday. That wasn't that. You got the window cleaning blueprint trial offer for $1. If you want the BMB, I'm talking in the comments right now. I'll refund you that. Don't let the 10 days go. It'll charge you $37 for the course. It's a trial offer. If you want, hit me up. I'll refund you. If you want to get this instead, it's $97 though, and you get the whole course. The window cleaning blueprint course, you get that for free. So sorry if there's a miscommunication, but I'm here to serve you and I care about you. All right, so the next thing I want to show you, here's a super dope book by our friend Tommy Mello. I'll give Tommy a shout out, The Home Service Millionaire. See him? This book's insane. He's talking about getting Google guaranteed. I'm actually late to the game on this. Is anybody here Google guaranteed? So I was on the phone with my insurance company today, and they're sending over the documents, just proof, so we can get Google guaranteed with our ads now. And that's what the winter is for. If you're in a seasonal business, anybody here in the Midwest or on the East Coast, aside from plowing snow or whatever you do, I know I get time off. And so we're creating a marketing calendar. So I hope you got your notes. I'm erasing everything. Create profiles on the top 50 domain authority sites. Blast your shit everywhere. But do it in a professional way. Don't use the words I'm using. Real quick, my buddy DJ Carroll, he's doing the Ignite event in February. I think it's February. It's right before Valentine's Day. Look out for it. Coach Carroll, he's doing the Ignite event in Louisville, Kentucky. If you're anywhere near Louisville, he's doing a private workshop where we're going to be learning some amazing, amazing stuff. And I have the honor to go and do a presentation there as well. All right, so a content marketing calendar. This is really, really important. Whether you draw this out on a pad, I went to Five Below. See, some people are audio, some people are visual, some people are kinesthetic. I'm a kinesthetic. I gotta hold the thing and feel it and have it in front of me. I have a physical way to help me organize my life and business, right? So I got this pad from Five Below, just like an artist pad. And I'm sitting here all crazy, drawing maps and diagrams and stuff to help my brain make sense of how to do this, because it's very frustrating when you're getting off of linear thinking and you're going into geometric. When you go geometric, you got to think in secondary order thinking. You got to think, well, excuse me, what's going to happen if I do this and what will happen after I do that? So the most important thing is starting to block and tackle. And one thing that you can really do for the new year that'll help you a lot is get something like this, draw out a calendar, or go to Office Depot and get one of those big calendars, a physical calendar, or if you're a software person, you can pull it up on Google and get the 12 months right in front of you, right? So we got 4, 8, 12 months, right? And start blocking out all the times that you can't do business, that you can't market. Oh my God, what are those times? So at the end of December, you can pretty much hose all of this because you're running around doing Christmas presents and you're doing Christmas and holidays and stuff. Well, at the end of November, okay, November, you got all this Thanksgiving stuff going on. The New Year is a great time. Now think about all the holidays and birthdays and family parties and all the stuff you have going on in your life, your personal life, your family, including unexpected events, unfortunate events. And think about all these times that you can't, and this is where it gets exciting. There might be entire parts of the season that you just can't do anything. And if you really look at how short a year is, think about how quick the weekends are coming around. It's Monday, 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 Monday. There's a month. Monday, 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 Monday. 2 months. Monday, 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 Monday. 3 months. 4 of those is a year. And next thing you know, you're 80 years old, walking around in a walker saying, "Where did my life go, dog?" I'm starting to see this. Are you seeing this? So look at all the times that you can't do this. And the next thing I want you to do is run in 90-day sprints. So every single quarter, block out a whole week off. Depending on how you want to look at a quarter, you could look at it like your tax quarter. Screw all that. You could do it January, February, March, the first week of April. You can't work. I'm talking about planning, recharging your batteries, planning into your life, into your business, taking time for yourself so you can see the forest for the trees more clearly. Okay, so we got 3 more months. 1, 2, 3. Up the first week of that month, you're doing stuff with your family. Maybe you're, I don't know, doing something that's really important to your life. Now you work like a mad dog all these months, or all these 3 months. You're working like hell. So by the time you actually get there, you need that week to recuperate. And I think that doing this, if you, anybody here work 80 hours a week for like 9 months straight, so at like 2-3 months into it, you become like this, almost like vindictive, like a warrior. I will never stop. And then you see the same guy 6 months later, and he's running around with bags under his eyes. You hate your life. You have no more inspiration. You have no more hope for anything in your life. You haven't done anything that you love to do, and you're just lying to yourself, working yourself to death. What I'm talking about is structuring in rewards for your hard work. Maybe you do a staycation with your family. You spend 3 whole days hanging out, watching Netflix and eating popcorn and going to the park, going to the beach, doing all that stuff. So 3 more months. So when you structure in these off, what I'm talking about is this time when you're starting to look at it really practically. Okay, now what's all the times that you can market your business or look for excuses to put out marketing specials and offers to your clientele? Okay, we're going to do a spring launch. Okay, put that on your calendar. When do you start marketing? Well, you start planning and preparing 6 weeks out. If you're doing a promotion, because my throat's really dry, by the way. If you are expecting a turnaround 3 weeks out from everything that you're doing, right? You don't just start marketing today and hoping you're going to get results tomorrow and your phone's going to ring. You have to plant the seed in your customers' minds. So the difference between a promotion and a promotion is a quick, short deal. It could last a few days. A campaign is something that goes on and on and on and on. It's a campaign, right? So think about that. Coming into the spring, and here in Michigan, it would be March, because April is when the phone really starts ringing. So if we sat down, you could just book 1 whole day. It doesn't have to be a week. At the end of March right here, put in your calendar ahead of time, you say, okay, March 31st is a Saturday. Let the people that you love know you are going to your office. You're going to lock yourself in the basement, lock yourself in your truck, go to Panera Bread, I don't know, and sit down for an entire day and strategize how you're going to do the sales and marketing in your business. And you just block that time out and make it a priority. So you say, okay, this is what we're going to do for this spring. We're going to create these marketing materials. We're going to update the website. We're going to get together all of the emails and all of the data from our customers so we can do a launch campaign. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit after this. We're going to talk about email marketing. We're going to talk about Ringless voicemail technology. Oh my God, this stuff is, we started doing Ringless voicemail this year. It's incredible. Talk about getting your phone to ring a lot and it doesn't cost you barely anything. So I'm going to switch to water. Okay. So the last day of March, you book that out. What's going on in the summer? April, May, June. So maybe you book out the last day in May and say you want to work on your marketing. If you're coming into winter and you're doing snow plowing, aren't the guys all out? They're out in Halloween selling snowplow accounts. Why? If you're doing Christmas lights, you're out 2 months in advance booking and preparing and selling Christmas lights. So as long as you just put those times on your calendar and you block that out, everything that you want to do, and you set it up in advance all over your calendar, the return on investment in that is huge. One of my mentors one time, I was a foreman for a big landscaping company in Michigan. And he said that a crappy plan is better than no plan. And he was a Marine Corps sergeant, and he was right. I never had a plan. We would get back from doing the projects for today, and I would go into the office, and I would be upset because I didn't understand how I wasn't hitting the highest levels in the company of productivity, right? There's a competition all the time. You could see it on the charts on the board in the office. And that's when he told me having a plan is better than no plan. Excuse me. And if you have a crappy plan, you can at least modify it as you go. So block out these times, create a marketing calendar, do that. Make sense? Cool. We'll move to the next thing. Already. And I learned about stuff like this. This is my own version, my interpretation. I invested in something called High Performance GPS by Brendan Burchard. You could check it out. And I really look up to Brendan Burchard. He's a very organized person. He's like a New York Times best-selling author, and this is called organizational communication, by the way. So if you spend the minutes to take all the thoughts in your head and just vomit them out onto paper, then you can organize them, and then you can start to categorize them and put them into steps. and you can see what's most important. And then you can also find out what you shouldn't be doing, okay? Here's another book I want to show you by Frank Bedker. It's called The Home Service Millionaire. I'm sorry, How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. One of my favorite parts of this book is where I think he was traveling to New York. He went from flat broke and struggling to now he was actually starting to achieve success because he started taking himself very seriously. He ran into a friend in New York that he hadn't seen in 20 years on the street. And he said, "Frank, oh my God, I haven't seen you in 20 years. What are you doing? Let's sit down this afternoon at a diner and grab a sandwich. Let's hang out." Frank was in New York because he was there to sell and make money. Frank said, "You know what? I haven't seen you in 20 years and it's great to see you. But we got to take a rain check on this. I can't sit down with you. I can't hang out. I got to go sell." And this book was helping me take my business more serious. So check it out. If you're having problems with selling, you got to get this book. It's awesome. So, in this, I want to give another shout out to my friend DJ Carroll. Every time I'm on the phone with DJ, he's always excited because he just sold something. He's either in a suit and tie. He runs a service business and he has some other stuff and does real estate. But his main thing is he owns a pressure washing company. He's on his way to a sales meeting to close, or he just left a sales meeting and just closed something. And I used to ask him, like, how the hell are you doing this? You know, X amount, 40-something thousand a month with his, the size of his operation is small. It's very profitable. And then I realized it was just where his priorities were at, that building the habit and turning it into automatic, to its automaticity of you're just focused on selling and closing all the time. But there's a dark, negative, evil side of that. I'll share with you. There's somebody, I can't say their name. They're not in our industry, but you could become a robot to where all you care about is the transaction and all you care about is selling so much that everybody just becomes a dollar sign to you. And now you lose your integrity. So I don't think that's success whatsoever at all. But remember, if you have integrity, nothing else matters. But if you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. And I think integrity is being a loving, caring person who genuinely wants to take care of the clients and very genuinely wants to take care of your family, right? Another one is spin selling. We're going to talk about email marketing and ringless voicemail technology right now. By Neil Rackham. This is basically taking everything that the customer or the client has told you and then spinning it around because they're telling you everything that they want by letting them talk. It's a book about closing. All right, emails. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go through your contacts, through your phone, through your Google Calendar, through everything you have. Maybe you have an old phone or laptop. Go through all your email addresses. And remember, I was talking about blocking out time. Put it in your calendar. Block out the time. This is going to take you like 4 or 5 hours. We have virtual assistants in my business, so now I have people do it for me, but I still have to do a lot of it. But I want you to collect all the data and get it all in one place. If you have a CRM, that's great. If you have QuickBooks, you can do it from QuickBooks, MailChimp, GetResponse, Google Calendar. We have Jobber, whatever you use. And I want you to export all those contacts to CSV files. And you can do one huge list. I don't know, have you done work? How many people have you done work for? 1,000 people? 5,000 people? Maybe you've done 5,000 jobs and you messed up and you've only collected 2,500 contacts. I want you to get that list and then get into email marketing. And there's some companies that email their customers every single week. There's many ways you can skin a cat, but there's two ways. You can do an email broadcast, or you can do an email sequence. Okay, so go through and scrub the list. Scrub the list. You could do it manually by uploading it to an Excel or Google spreadsheet, and go through and get rid of all the contacts that you don't want to hear from or you don't want them to hear from you. I remember in 2014, I went to pull this lady's weeds for like $60. She wanted me to come back. And I said yes. And this is one time I broke my integrity with the customer. I'll never do this again. I came back and I did it again. And I said, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm so stupid. I was terrified. I didn't know marketing. So the third time I told her I would. A very nice lady, but this was a customer who was like sobbing and crying with their victim story. This is the type of people that you attract when you're just getting started. Like water seeks its own level. So all of a sudden my business started taking off, and it was summer and I had all these jobs going on. And I was swamped, and I was actually making some money. And the lady called me. I had to be there Thursday at 3:00. Are you still coming to pull my weeds? I was like, I couldn't make up my mind. I was scared. So Thursday rolls around. And I call her up. I'm like, listen, I'm so sorry, but I have to cancel. Like, you ever get that feeling like, oh my God, I'm not going to do this. I might make somebody mad. And this is very unprofessional, because you should always eat it. But I worked myself into a position where I was learning, right? So I canceled the job. Really stupid. And the lady went on to say that I was a bad person and that I needed the Lord, and say that basically the devil had a hold of me. And I felt horrible. I was like, I can't believe that this lady was saying these things about me just because I canceled the job. And I told her why. So that I incredibly underpriced it, and it was a big mistake, and I wasn't even making any money. Customers don't want to hear that stuff. They could care less about that. So when you're new in the business and you don't understand how to put yourself in a positioning yourself as a company who does high quality work and charges high prices, therefore you're always, most of the time you're happy when you're working because you're getting paid the money you're worth. You can work yourself into these funny little scenarios where now you're always on the hook doing stupid stuff that you hate for no money, and you're mad about it. Stupid. A guy I like named Joe Polish, he calls it an elf business. Well, I don't want to steal his stuff, but I'll give him credit. Easy, lucrative, and fun. It's kind of extreme, right? So go through and scrub all those people out. That's basically the long answer. Scrub out all the people from that you don't want them to see an email. So once you scrub them out, upload them into, I use GetResponse, I use MailChimp, I use Kajabi. Find an email service provider like MailChimp. MailChimp lets you send like 5,000 emails a month for free. Now you can segment. This is custom segmented lists. You can break up this list of 2,500 into 3 different lists. You can list them based off of geographic area, off of last name, off of type of service. You got lawn mowing clients, landscaping clients, window cleaning clients, pressure washing clients. I don't know what you do. But if you want to put out a special offer, you don't want to annoy people. So this is where custom segmentation goes. Now you literally just start emailing these clients in bulk and in mass with offers. The spring's rolling around, and we did some work for you in the past. How would you like to get on the schedule? We'll take care of you. And then put your links below. And now do that literally every single week for a month straight. And then you can see the open rate. 24% is about normal. Sorry, I got my Facebook my Instagram shut off. 1 second. All right, I'm going live on Instagram again. What's up? 25% is about normal. If you keep sending it to people, what's going to happen is the emails are going to start coming back and people say, hey, I got your email. Yeah, I'd like to book you. Can you come out and give me a quote? This happens, you get 5 or 6 of these off of one email blast. Then you go visit the property. Ta-da! Now you're putting these on the neighbor's door hangers. So you do an email blast of a past customer. It didn't cost you anything. You show up in the neighborhood. You put these at the entrances of the neighborhood. You can get these on signsonthecheap.com. Signsonthecheap.com. And I had my local sign shop make these. These ones are too expensive. I'm embarrassed to tell you. I get these off youprinting.com. Youprinting.com. You can go to Vistaprint, Uprinting, Ryan Kettering, Prolific Prints, whatever you do. But basically, when you do that and you set up shop, now you have social proof. You're working, your truck and trailer's there, the neighbors see you working, and you're plastering the area. So that's what email marketing, why it's so powerful, because it's a low cost, no cost way to market your business. So structure that in. Say every other Sunday, well, probably Monday would be best, Tuesday. You can look up best email open rates per industry. Does that make sense? Look up best email open rate times per industry. There's a worst time and the best time to send emails. So send these blast outs, say every other Tuesday or once a month, and send them out consistently all the time and build it into your marketing plan and do it forever and ever and ever till eternity. This is your new marketing plan. Email marketing is now integrated into your marketing plan. So just start doing it. MailChimp.com. And don't be afraid to email people. If they don't want your services, they'll unsubscribe. You got to make money. Don't be afraid of annoying them. Because you know what? If you did a great job for a customer and you don't follow up with them, you're actually robbing them because they like you. But you didn't leave them any marketing materials and you're not following up with them saying, hey, Mrs. Jones, we've done some work for you in the past. Let's get you on a recurring schedule. Let's get you going again. Let's offer more services. Let's do something. You love us. We love you. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Now they go out and hire another landscaper because they can't remember your name and they lost your business card. And now the next landscaper does a crappy job. And that's your fault. Always, always, always keep yourself in the back of mind of your customers. You don't have to be an expert at marketing. You just have to know enough to be dangerous. Okay, so we're going to talk about ringless voicemail technology. Does this make sense, folks? Does it make sense? Do I got your attention? What's up, Mike Odell, Chris Kunza, Samuel Turnia, Edward Gregorian. Yeah, dog. Loyal Landscapes in the house. H2O Flow. I like that. It's Rise and Shine Window Cleaning. 383 Stroker. Cash Job Quoting Secrets. What's up, dude? Pat Dundee in the house. Jose Baltazar. Ozzy Rodriguez. You just purchased the Business Marketing Blueprint Program. Oz Rodriguez just purchased the Business Marketing Blueprint Program, which is my course. You can get it tonight. Before midnight on Cyber Monday tonight, I'm doing a special offer, which is a bonus. It's a bundled offer. My Business Marketing Blueprint is an online course that I put together that teaches you all these low-cost, no-cost ways to market your business, but we drill deep. Screencast presentations, tutorials, and I show you exactly how to do it inside of the course. And we're adding and upgrading the course right now. People are getting in. Mr. Rodriguez just bought it. You can go to keithkalfas.com/BMB. Scroll down, sign up. It's only $97. And then as soon as you sign up, you're instantly going to get granted access, full access to my window cleaning blueprint course, my landscaping business success course, and my marketing ROI course. You're going to get all 4 courses for the price of one tonight for only $97. And it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you decide you don't like anything in my course, I don't argue with you at all. I want to serve you. I really do. I care about you. I care about your success. I'll just give you a refund, no questions asked, no hard feelings. We're still friends. It's cool, right? Well, we're going to get into ringless voicemail technology. If you don't know how to spell my weird Czechoslovakian last name, See that? keithkalfas.com/BMB. I know you guys can't see it. Okay, let's get into Ringless voicemail technology. Okay, this is really powerful. Joshua Latimer has this program called Send Jim. I love it. We use it to send gourmet brownies to our customers, postcard mailings, but he had this upgrade, and he's not the only one that offers this. Ringless voicemail technology. What is that? Some weird type of spam? Is this the spam people? It's actually not. This is brilliant when you're using it in a targeted, professional way. And be aware of what I'm talking about. I'm not advising you. There's something called GDPR. I should put this on the board. This is actually really important. GDPR is General Data Protection Regulation. This is worldwide. This is very important. Whenever you're collecting anybody's email addresses or collecting anything on the contact form on your website, you're getting people's private or personal information. You're storing it in a encrypted way. You have to disclose in the terms of use and the privacy policy on your website and let your customers know in a contractual way, in a small print way, and in a moral way, in a lawful way, that you will never sell or give away or trade their information with anybody. I talk about this in my Blueprint course because we're talking about customers' information, right? We're professional contractors here. We're professional business owners, and we really care, and we want to do things that are upright and righteous. So your customers' data is very important, right? Okay. With that being said, remember I was talking about spreadsheets? This is powerful. I want you to get the phone numbers of every single one of your customers that you've ever had, ever. And if you can prioritize them based off the good ones and the bad ones, you definitely should do that. And I want you to export them into lists. You can also get apps on your phone in the App Store that allow you, it'll scan all of your phone calls for like the last 1,000 phone calls, and it'll suck them all onto a list and organize them by area code. These apps cost like $3-4. They track all your calls, and now you can get all these calls onto lists. But I think the best way is to go through your contacts and create a list. Now you're going to go into SendJim, or there's another company called Sly Broadcast. There's several of them. And we use a calling center for this. I use Jill's office. Jill's office is a qualified team of professional receptionists. They pick up the phones. So when my phone's ringing off the hook, sometimes I pick it up, sometimes I forward it to Jill's office. Depends on how busy we are and what's going on. But you definitely don't want to lose leads. And there's some tips I have to warn you about. So you have SendJim, Sly Broadcast, or whatever, and you go in and you buy credits. Now you get all of your contacts, and you want to export them to a file, and you want to upload them into the software program. So you could literally have 1,000 phone numbers, just like emails, but phone numbers now. And you're going to go on your phone and turn on the recorder, and you're going to say, "Hi, this is Keith with Kalfas Professional Services, Joe's Landscaping, Bob's Power Washing." And the reason I'm reaching out to you today is because I was looking at our calendar, and we've done some work for you in the past. You have to actually have done work for them. And the spring is rolling around, or the winter's rolling, or whatever, right? We're having a special, man. So I was just reaching out to you because our calendar is filling up really fast, and we're really, really busy. And I just wanted to make sure that we can serve you. So if you need your home soft washed, if you need your lawn cut, if you need it, done, feel free to reach out and call me back at 586-555-1212, or send me an email, joe@joespressurewashing.com. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Click. Okay, you got that recording and you upload it into this Ringless voicemail technology, this program, and now you can press one button and it goes and it sends that and bypasses their phone and goes directly to their voicemail. So they get a new voicemail. They must have missed the phone call, man. They open it up and they got a personal voicemail directly from you. I'm like fascinated by this. This is amazing. When I heard about this, I was like, word. They got a voicemail. They think that you actually sent it directly to them personally. So when you send this out to 1,000 people, you better be prepared for your phone to ring off the hook. That's why you should segment it into lists. So if you have a list of 1,000, you should do it into a list of 100. So here's what I do. You can segment these out in the software, and on Monday, you press the button, and it sends out 100 phone calls, and wait 48 hours and see what happens. If your phone doesn't ring too much, do it again. Because if you send out 1,000 at once, and you got 1,000 people get this message, and you have like 50 phone calls that come in, and you can't get to all these people, now what are you? You're an idiot. You left a voicemail on these people's phone, and they're calling you back because now they want their windows cleaned or their lawn cutter or a $10,000 landscape job, and now you can't get back with them because you just pulled the old shoot string and just dumped it all over yourself. So just be careful with that and do it. I have a virtual assistant that helps me part-time on Upwork.com. We hire our virtual assistants on Fiverr.com and on Upwork.com. And her name is Sunny Suggs. I don't normally tell anybody that. Sunny charges $20 an hour, and this is all private under contract, right? She can get in a lot of trouble. But I will share our list of 1,000 numbers with her or whatever we're doing, and then she'll build spreadsheets, and then she'll create it for us, and then send us back the files of organized, structured contacts, so then we can upload them into our Ringless voicemail, into our emails, and that way we can contact our customers and clients in a more structured way. Because in the beginning, you'll spend 4 or 5 hours doing this yourself. It takes time. That's why I was talking about blocking it out. But once you hire virtual assistants, hey, let's say now I thought it was going to cost us. This is the amazing thing about virtual assistants. Remember I drew this pyramid earlier? Can you see that? The first step is you don't know what you're doing with your marketing. The second step is copycat marketing. But you're starting to learn it and get good. The third step is where you get really good. The third stage is where you get really good at marketing, and now you start hiring people to help you with your marketing. And then the fourth stage is where now you've developed a marketing team, and you just delegate it to everybody else. You're like the visionary. So we have 6 virtual assistants working right now, and my wife is the project manager. And she's getting good at it. This is a learning process. But I thought to do this stuff I literally thought it was going to take 12 hours. So at $20 an hour, what's 12 times 20? 240? I was prepared to spend $240 to have Sunny Suggs, our virtual assistant, organize all this data. Because I have 4,700 contacts that I have to deal with from all of our past and current clients. Sunny Suggs got it all done in 20 minutes. It cost me $20. Do I have to say that again? I thought it was going to take 12 hours because I knew it was going to take me 12 hours. I hired a virtual assistant on Upwork.com for $20 an hour. I thought I was going to pay her $240, and she got it done in under an hour, and it cost me $20. When my wife first started helping me with the internet business, she was trying to do it herself, and I'm like, no, you have to hire somebody, a virtual assistant, to help with this. It's totally different than a service business, right? You don't have to put a virtual assistant on Upwork.com on like work comp and payroll taxes and unemployment and fill out all this paperwork and do a drug screen and a background check and train them. You don't have to do all that. You literally can hire them for 5 hours a month if you want. You hire them as needed, right? When my wife first hired a virtual assistant, she didn't understand how it was working. And it was, this is for you. This is for you. And then I just kept pushing her to go through the process. And I said, just trust me. Just trust me. She's like, why would you pay somebody to do this, Keith? You're wasting money. I can do it. I'll do it. I'm like, what do you mean you can do it? We're getting ready to go out to dinner on our date night. Then you have this family event tomorrow. This is real life. You have all these things going on, and you only have so much time. When she actually saw our virtual assistant get it done in under an hour, she was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. So I called up my friend Kurt Kempton, the founder of Responsibid. In January in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, he's having the Responsicon. It's an amazing event for contractors and sales professionals. And if you're a contractor, you better be a sales professional. But shout out to him. I called him up one time because I had hired a project manager for $50 an hour. And I was willing to spend about $1,200 a month. And I'm on the phone with Kurt. And I'm like, Kurt, you like own this awesome software company called Responsibid. You hire, like, you have people that work for you and stuff, right? Do you ever hire virtual assistants? And he had some experience with that. And he said something very important to me. He said, he's paid virtual assistants like a lot of money before per hour. I go, what? He's like, if they produce that much for you and they're that good and they can literally give you a return on investment that makes you money, it really doesn't matter how much they cost per hour because they're getting you results. So last week we had to let go one of our virtual assistants. We let them go because they weren't producing what we needed. And it took us a little bit of time, but we saw through it, and it just wasn't a good fit, right? So don't be afraid to hire virtual assistants. They can help you with your marketing. That's what I'm talking about right here. So what do we cover? We covered some awesome books you should check out, like No BS Direct Marketing. You can get this on Kindle. You could devour this book in a couple evenings, just sitting reading instead of browsing on social media or something. This will really equip you. If you don't have any money to really invest in marketing, go on up Amazon or eBay, buy the Guerrilla Marketing Tactics by J. Conrad Levinson. See? I'd say get yourself a notebook or a scratchbook and start taking down notes and ideas. If you get a good idea, jot it down and then go through it and implement it. So you can, if you have a small business, maybe you haven't even cracked 6 figures yet, but you can become a very profitable small business. Or maybe you don't want to grow a huge operation. You want to get it dialed in. Well, you can do that with all the knowledge that we have around us. It's all around us. It just it depends on where you want to put your energy. We color fonts, colors, graphics, spacing, the eye squint test. Remember, I said lean back and squint with your eyes every single time you create something, and make sure it makes sense. Put yourself empathically inside of the mind of your prospect. How do they think and feel, right? The next thing I want to talk about is phone scripts. This really helped us out a lot. Where's my... We talked about email marketing, Ringless voicemail technology. What should we do next? Phone scripts or Google My Business? I do want to talk about Google My Business and phone scripts. I never understood the power of Google Business. And when you start getting into Google Ads and you use location extensions, it's really important. So here's what I'm talking about. You have Google My Business. You have a physical location. If you don't, Go lease out an office or a virtual office for like 50, 60 bucks a month. And then now you have a physical location. It helps bump you up the SERPs, the search engine ranking page. You have more authority and weight in your local marketplace if you have a physical location. People used to trick the system. They would go in every different city they worked in, and they would go to like UPS and get a mailbox, and they'd pay like, $47 every 6 months. And now they had 15 locations. Well, Google, you're like, that's a good idea, right? That's a good idea. I should do that. Well, Google caught on to that, and if it's not a verified location, it doesn't work. Kirk Harrison, I use Thumbtack, and I am the top pro in my Chattanooga, Tennessee area. Thumbtack. Anybody here use Thumbtack? Really good, right? I do not like HomeAdvisor for the overall cost versus Thumbtack, right? Some people say they don't like HomeAdvisor. Well, my friend John Haddad, who's a landscaper, young, very successful landscaper, he's a sales machine. He uses like HomeAdvisor all the time, and he's closing massive, five-figure landscaping jobs off of it. So you might be paying a lot of money per lead, but if you're closing $20,000 jobs, that's a different story, right? It depends on your customer acquisition cost versus your average ticket price and your profit margin, what makes it worth it to you. What's up, Nick Carrier? Praise the Lord in the house. Okay. GMB, I really hope you have the Google My Business app downloaded and in your phone installed. Looks like a little blue house. Google My Business. Be uploading pictures and content to it often. Ask every single customer to leave you a well-worded, honest review. Just hammer your customers about that. That's one of the most important things right now is social proof. When you ask your customers how they found out about your services, what did they say? Oh, I went on the internet. Where'd you go? Oh, I just went on the internet. Where? On Google. And I saw you had more positive reviews than anybody else, so I chose you. Why do people do that? If you're driving down a dark road in a city you don't know in the middle of the night, you're hungry. You come through a small town. There's a restaurant to the left and one to the right. It's dark. One restaurant, there's one car in the parking lot. The restaurant on the right is packed with cars and all the lights are on, man. There's people in there, they're eating waffles with what is that? Whipped cream and cherries on top. They're having a blast. It's a party. Where are you going to go? Well, social proof says that you're going to go where the party's at. Because when people see you have lots of marketing going on online, you have a location extension to your business, which means you have a physical location. You have tons of positive 5-star reviews. You have pictures. You have your customers take pictures of the work from their verified IP address, their cell phone. They're taking pictures and leaving reviews. You have more clout. What you're doing is you're creating a vacuum, and you're becoming the obvious choice. And Malcolm Gladwell has a book called The Tipping Point, and he says that when people go to the grocery store, if there's long lines, the grocery store is busy, right? A lot of people will pick a lane, but they'll be looking around. You ever do this? They're looking around for a lane that looks like it's going faster. They'll take their cart and they'll get out of the lane really fast, and they'll scooch over and they'll sneak into the next lane because it looks like there's one less person in that lane and they can cash out faster. A smaller percent of those people will actually get out of that lane and go to another one. They'll go to 3 different lanes. You know anybody who's crazy enough or neurotic enough to do this? You know anybody who switches twice? They'll get out of that lane and go to another lane because they get by fat. But nobody, almost nobody, will go to another lane after that. So what person are you? You pick a lane to go with, or are you a guy who switches? Who's the guy who switches twice? That's you? Cody Chamberlain? That's you? Walmart? Manny Amenta? Jay Scotty 2019? McMatty Boy? Leo Lopez? Kenneth Cooper? Joseph D'Amico? So there's actually just 3 choices. So customers, they pick 3. And the moral of this story is that you got to get yourself in the Google 3-pack. Now, I'm being dead serious right now. If you're not in the Google 3-pack within the next 24 months, it's going to be really, really hard. This is in all seriousness, this is an absolute must to get in the Google 3-pack. I talk about this in my course, but you can learn about this. Just type in Google 3-pack. You can get YouTube tutorial videos. You can learn stuff from Neil Patel. He's one of my favorite marketers. And this is when customers are busy as heck, man, and they go on their phone. They're looking for a contractor, and they pick 3. You got to be in that top 3. How do you do that? Great website, SEO optimized, plugged into your Google. You got to have the most pictures and the most positive reviews and the most clout more than anybody else. If you're spending money on ads, is the only way you're going to get up above everybody else. And that's he who has the best keywords, the best negative keywords, a location extension, and is spending the most amount of money on Google ads, bidding against the competition and spending the most. Can you afford to spend? Because he who spends the most wins, right? So unless you can afford to spend that type of money, become obsessed with low cost, no cost ways to market your business and do it on Google. In your city, I don't know. I think Google's the top king, but there are people who go to other ones. Can anybody here look on Yahoo or Bing? Nick Aducci just got the BMB course, which is my course. You're planning on hopefully getting started within the next year. Thanks, Nick. Nick just bought my course, the Business Marketing Blueprint. I want to say thank you. You're going to love it. I'll see you inside. Steve Acker said, I thought that Google My Businesses were displayed based on location. They are displayed based on location. That's a great point. So Google My Business is displayed based on location. If somebody says I need a landscaper near me, they're all going to pop up in the geographic area right around where you're at. What if you're in a metropolitan area and there's 26 of them? They're all going to pop up all over the place. So it is very true that somebody who cares about, hiring a contractor that's very, very local, they'll zoom down and they'll find you, or they'll look for somebody that's very local because that's important to them. Otherwise, you're still competing against those 26 people that are all around you. So if they start clicking and looking, finding out who has the most clout, then they're still going to pick based off of whatever that customer's criteria is, or however how much time they have. And somebody who has time to get quotes from more than 3 different contractors might be somebody that has too much time on their hands. I don't know. I think I do know. And that's why it's so important to get in the Google 3-pack. So, okay, so study that more. I'm not going to get any deeper into Google right now, but this is like your top dog. And I know that you know that. So it's becoming obsessed with building so much reciprocity with each customer that they're going to want to give you a positive 5-star review no matter what. Between you and me, I was kind of upset a month ago, and I posted a video where I was ranting and I was kind of complaining about a couple customers in a row who I felt like they had disrespected me as a contractor, and they hadn't valued me, and they were just being selfish and greedy customers looking at me like I was just a peon as a contractor. Like they don't care about you. They just want what they want in the best, or they want to take advantage of you. Some customers are like that. Not all customers are like that. So don't ever think because one customer does that to you or 2 or 3 in a row, they're not all like that, right? It's just criteria. It's just people. But somebody said something in the comments of one of my videos that really, really made sense. And it was harsh. They said that it goes both ways. You as a contractor, you could bend over backwards for your customer and promise them the moon and stars and deliver on everything that you do. But if you mess up one little thing, you're a piece of crap in the eyes of the customer sometimes, right? Like you're not good enough, right? But that customer can promise you and tell you how good you are and how great of a contractor you are, and they'll hire you, and they could cook you brownies and promise to give you a positive review. But then after you leave, you ask them like 3 times to leave you a review on Google, but then you leave their property and they don't even follow through on their word and give you a review. They're not even man enough to follow through on their own word and give you a review. Now that you're gone, they could care less about you, and they don't even give you a review. So it was words, something like that, and it made a lot of sense to me. So integrity goes both ways, because customers are extremely important. You should bend over backwards for them. You're in the service business, right? You are, and having a serving attitude is the best way to make it work. But there are some customers out there that they don't give a crap and they think you're their servant, and you're definitely not. You're way better than that. The final thing I wanted to talk about, Google 3 back, Ringless voicemail technology. So, I mean, you get to the point where if a customer tells me they're going to leave me a review, I'll hammer them. I'm going to pick up the phone. Hey, Joe, you said you were going to leave me a review, an honest review. You said we did an awesome job. Where's the review? Can you hold people to their word? They'll hold you to their word, and they'll put your feet to the fire, and you feel like they're going to leave you a negative review if you don't. Can you hold them to their word and make sure they follow through and leave you a review? I don't think that's the most positive way to do it. The best way is to use what I talk about. Bobby Walker has that psychology where you're already implanting that in the beginning. So if they want to reciprocate, because you've done such a great job, they automatically know to go to the positive review. My friend Eric sends like these $80 huge crazy gift baskets with like pasta and wine to all his clients. Dan Walker, what's up? Yeah, dog, we got Hairston Property Management in the house. 110 people live on YouTube. What's up, my friends? My pleasure. Very honored to be here. Just cracked 80,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I want to take a minute to say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I started out with 0 subscribers, and I started making videos and putting my heart out on the internet. And I was excited when I got my first 10 subscribers. And I'll never be more excited than when I broke 100 subscribers, because when you're making content online and you're nervous that maybe nobody wants to listen to you, but you do it anyways because your heart, right? It's so wow, 100 people have clicked the button and said yes, they want to hear what I have to say. So I just want to reach out and encourage you. If you are afraid to put your message out, maybe you're nervous to make a YouTube channel and start selling your services, or maybe you're nervous to just put yourself out there, or even stand in the presence of a customer and ask them for the sale. Hey, you want to get started today? Sign on the dotted line. I just want to encourage you, brother, sister. I want to encourage you that you can do it. Because the difference between the haves and the have-nots is the difference between the people who, they got the bicycle, they're always tuning up the gears and they're polishing it and they're making sure the brakes work right, but they're too afraid to just get on the damn bike and ride the thing. Just get on the bike and ride it, and you'll see a whole new world of opportunity open up in your life. Just ride the bike. So sometimes you're too afraid to go do the thing and you just want to learn more about it. You need the right information, but the right information applied gives you exponential results. Right? What time is it? Honey, do you know what time it is? 9:37. We've been here an hour and 37 minutes, my friend. My throat's really dry. I'm going to hop off right now. I might come back in a little bit. My throat's really, really dry. I'm going to get some water and take a break. But if you need any other resources, I just put out a video on my YouTube channel where I was talking about the marketing progression pyramid. I talk about this as an hour-long video on my YouTube channel. It'll be on my podcast soon, Keith Kalfas, the Untrapped Podcast. You can go to keithkalfas.com and go to my podcast tab, and then you can listen to this whole thing while you work. The marketing progression pyramid is everything I was talking about of the 4 stages of how you become competent in marketing your business. And I think you have to be excited about this to get up there. But it gets to the point where now your phone's just ringing all the time, and you really, really, really can skim the cream off the top. It's crazy to me. We charge like 3 times the amount for the same exact services in the same exact neighborhoods. I just remember feeling like a slave and going in on these people's properties, and they're taking advantage of me, like literally, and making no money and not being able to pay our rent. And I was so stuck in that belief system that I would have fought you because you weren't going to tell me that I was wrong. When you're getting results, right? That's your proof that you're right. What do you mean I'm wrong? I can see the results are telling me right now that these customers aren't willing to pay anymore. That's only the data that you're getting based off what you're projecting, right? Anybody here have head trash? I have a lot of my own head trash, and I'm working through it right now. And I know you got head trash too. So that's why we're part of this community, and that's why we seek higher counsel. Here's something that helped me the other night. I'm on the phone with my friend Joshua Latimer, and he said something to me. He goes, Keith, how many times are we going to have this conversation? Because time is passing by. And I'm asking you, are you going to wake up in 5 years and still be having the same conversation? All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Check it out. Go to keithkalfas.com/BMB. Tonight, before midnight, this is my Cyber Monday special bundle. You can get all 4 of my online courses for the price of 1. Get the business marketing blueprint. I'm going to throw in my entire window cleaning blueprint course, my landscaping online course, and my entire marketing ROI online course, which sells for $297. You're going to get like $700 worth of stuff for $97. You can get inside and you can start devouring the information from your mobile phone, any mobile device right away, step by step. And the really cool stuff that I do inside of my programs that I don't see a lot, because I'm a contractor, right? I don't have time to sit down and watch videos. I convert every single lesson to MP3 download, so you can download it directly to your phone and listen to it while you work. Isn't that cool? And if you have any questions, I'll be inside of the website and I'll answer your questions, anything that you need. So it's keithkalfas.com/BMB. Sign up tonight before midnight and get all of it. This is my doggy. You guys saw the video? Did you see the video? He's doing better now. He's your good boy. Hey, hey, shh. Look at him. All right, I care about you guys so much. I love meeting you guys in person at live events and shaking your hands and hugging you. Like, I'm dead serious right now. I don't know where I would be without this community. This community means so much to me. I really feel like I'm part of something great and at a great, great time. It means so much to me. I feel like I have so many friends and so many people I care about, and so many people that care about me. And the reason I'm saying that is because anytime you need help, or if you get into the state of discouragement or even depressed, seasonal depression, you have somebody here on social media that you can reach out to who will get on a Facebook chat with you or even pick up the phone and talk you through that. That's our job. We are our brother's keeper, to reach out and extend the grace that we've been given to other people and to help each one reach one. So if you've gotten some success and you've gotten some pride, kick the pride aside and find someone else to mentor. Find somebody who needs help and help them out. There are people that are brilliant, but maybe they're discouraged and they're going through a hard time, or they can't figure out how to crack the lock on this one thing, and you can help them. So I think that it's selfish not to help. That's what this community is for. That's what the internet's for, right? I'm out of here. I'll see you later. Thanks so much for joining me. Go out and implement all this stuff in your business. Most importantly, at the beginning of the year, create a whole content marketing calendar. Block a whole day out when you do your New Year's resolution goals. Write out a whole calendar, a spreadsheet, however you want to do it, and block out quarterly vacations, all the times that you can't work, like family events, birthdays, holidays, and then go out and block all the times that you're going to schedule for your marketing and working on your business. All right. Take care. Over and out. And I'll see you soon. It's keithkalfas.com/BMB. Actually, I'll just sit here. I'll just keep pitching it. It's $97 before midnight. keithkalfas.com/BMB. There's quite a few people signing up. Are they signing up, honey? Anybody signing up? She's smiling over there. I'm excited. I'm promoting this Cyber Monday special right now, and I'm selling my ass off with this thing because I'm excited. I was on the phone with my accountant earlier, and what I'm doing is I'm just signed up. Who signed up? Tomas de Jesus. Yep. Just signed up. Who signed up before him? Nick Aducci just signed up. Yep. Awesome. I'm investing the money into my Oswaldo Rodriguez. Yeah. Just signed up. Thank you so much. I'm investing the money into my podcast studio so we can bring awesome guests on, like a certified arborist, Daniel Mirval. I'm going to bring him on the Untrapped podcast, and he's going to teach us the importance of, if you're in the green industry, of a lot of important things about being a proactive steward of the urban environment. I want to bring a lot of experts on the show, and then I'm going to use the funds to propel the message even farther, right? I believe that's all of our responsibilities. Who else signed up?
Hold on, I'm saving everything that I'm doing because for an hour straight I didn't save it and I lost all the work.
Oh, what are you doing? They're doing with the blog post?
Yeah.
It's hot. I have all these studio lights right here. Keith, it's not on there. It's keithkalfas.com/BMB. Joe Pinkowski just signed up. Awesome. /BMB. What's up, Adam, Jose, Justin Garrett, Dan Walker, Cody Kenny, Jacob Godar is in the house. Everybody check out Jacob Godar's YouTube channel. He put out this awesome video about how to figure out your man-hour rate. Awesome video. Thank you so much, Jacob Godar. Louis Castaneda, Chris Maynard. Louis Castaneda, Valdez Landscaping, what's up? Golden Scapes and Gardening. Allscape, what's up, Mark Klodzinski just said, I signed up yesterday and have made it through many modules and videos, and I think it's worth every penny, and I'm thankful for the resources. Thank you, bro. Jennifer Flat, Point Hills Landscaping, shout out. Hey, what was that? This is totally left key. I won't bring that up. Keith, the 3 courses aren't there. Only one is. That's what Frank Young just said. Okay, Frank, that's a good point.